Hey guys, I'm Tam,
And I'm Marvin.
and we're the Chapmans. So we wanted to make this video and talk about our IVF journey and the process and everything that we've been going through for
Long journey, like what? Almost 2 years? Year and a half, 2 years?
And the purpose for this video for me is because when we first started this journey, I didn't know anything about IVF, like nothing. So, of course, I turned to YouTube. I tried to find videos of, like what to do, how does it work, how much does it cost. And I found it hard to like find videos with couples that looked like us.
Hardly ever.
So, although some of those videos were very helpful, it was like the experience was different. So I tried to find a couple that I could relate to more. A newly married couple trying to have a baby, and has a son, my stepson. And we just trying to, expand our family. So we started trying to have kids in 2017.
17,
We started, and it was just, having sex,
At the
trying
right time.
to have a baby, because, being ignorant, I thought it was just that simple. We thought it was just that simple. So that's what we tried to do, and then as time went on and I'm joining different groups on Facebook and talking to different people, I started learning to like track my cycle and make sure you have sex on the right day, and it just wasn't working. So eventually we went to see a fertility specialist. And that's when all the tests started, like the blood work. I did an HSG test, which is
So long ago, like 2 years ago.
it was long ago. To me, it was long ago. But if we knew then what we know now, we would probably have a 1-year-old.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
We wasted a lot of time
A lot
and
of money too.
not knowing things, and that's why we wanted to do
A lot
this.
of frustration, a lot of
arguments, a lot of emotions. Just this journey can really
you have no idea.
It can be hard on a marriage, especially a young new marriage. But like I said, if we knew then what we knew now, we could have saved a lot of money, a lot of time. So that's why we wanted to do this, just to give out some information, some resources, and let people like us know that this isn't it's more common than you think. Like now that we opened up about it, it's so many couples, people that we know that's going through it. I know 5 people at least that's doing the same exact thing as us.
Currently.
So I'm just hoping we can encourage somebody and, let people know that you're not alone. And yeah, so we just want to be informative and, share our journey with people and just shed some light on some things that we wish we knew. And just, encourage you to stay on it and just be strong and stay prayed up, like keep God in the middle of it, because it's times where we got, we were at each other. I used to feel like he wasn't
I was just going to say, that's something I want to talk about. Yeah.
He wasn't in it like I was in it. So I would get mad at that. But as the journey go along, you start to learn that a man is a man and a woman is a woman, and they're just not as attached to it as we are, because in their mind is, is 1, 2, 3. But now that we've gotten more education on it, he's into it as much as I am.
Yeah, I want to touch on that very quickly. I mean, even before you get to the part about IVF or IUI, cause just recently I just found out a lot of that stuff meant. But prior to that, let's say for example, even with like I remember we got a friend. I'm not gonna say her name, but she a woman. She don't even understand what it takes. Like some people still think as adults, you think you used to have sex with somebody and you just get pregnant. It ain't that simple. And we were talking about IVF, IUI, and then we're talking about just literally the simple thing as far as when is the proper time to have sex. when is I guess a lady most fertile when you got, you got like what, 24, 48 hour, 72-hour window, in order to have sex at that right time. And if you don't, it don't matter how much, sex you was having, at a certain time period, you ought to get pregnant on a certain time period. So for myself as a man, that's something that I had to learn. And then once you start talking about, the IUI and the fertility and all that stuff there, yes, I'm not gonna lie, I was definitely, because like at that point I was ignorant. I'm thinking like, damn, why you gotta do all this? You know what I'm saying? Most people just, I would say most people, a lot of people, they just, have sex at the right time, I guess, and you get pregnant. So, you didn't understand that part. And then when they start talking about the financial part of it, that is enough to just, to spend, like, first when we went to the first fertility place we was going to, they were like $20,000. I'm like, what y'all talking about? They're like $20,000, $25,000, you know what I'm saying, for a baby?
I think our very first quote was $28,000.
I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, we had a little money. You know what I'm saying? But still, it was like,
at that point we probably could have afforded to do it, but it was like, imagine dishing out $28,000 to do something that you feel like you should be able to naturally do. So that was tough. That was, and for me it was like, okay, I'm just never gonna be a mom because we're not gonna pay $30,000. And we just kind of like left it alone, and we continued to try and get pregnant naturally. But after a while, you just come to reality, and you realize you need help. Like, everybody's situation is different, and some of us need help to conceive. It's not as natural for some of us as it is for everybody else. And I'm talking about both male and female infertility, because both are a factor, right? It takes him and it takes me. Sometimes the woman can be perfectly healthy, and at one point that was our situation. At one point we took all the tests, all the blood work. I got the HSG done, which showed that both my tubes were free and clear, and we did do a semen analysis that wasn't the greatest. We had motility issues, we had volume issues, we had the semen analysis is very, very important. It's the only thing that a man has to go through, but as far as tests, but it's very important, like that. Even though it only takes one little sperm, that one little sperm has to be fast. It has to have the right form. It has to be perfect, almost.
Just being real. At that point, I had a lot of, like she said, like, low volume. Because as a man, I think about none of that stuff. You don't think, like, and sometimes it probably can even be a ego thing, or it could be a situation where, you just ignorant. You don't realize, like, it could be you, what I'm saying, that has the low sperm count, or, whatever. So I was just listening to the another couple, and they were talking about, like, don't allow your wife to, feel like it was her. So at that point, it was me. So some ways you can, I guess, improve with that. You can lose some weight. You can work out better. You can stop drinking. You can
take vitamins.
CoQ10 is very good. So I guess, with that, so one other time when I did it again, maybe like, I think it was in August or so, everything was way better. I had lost some weight, stopped drinking.
So he did it, and it was a 360. Like, the soldiers was marching on that one. So it was like a huge confidence boost, and I'm like, now maybe we could get pregnant naturally. Maybe but so we did continue to try naturally, and it didn't work. So we went on to when we went to our current fertility clinic, which they have been the most efficient.
I wish I could say their name. We can't say their name?
We can't say that. But they have been the most efficient. We'll ask them the next time, and then we'll be able to tell them. The vibe is way better.
Because the first person we went to, boy, the nurse, it was like you were trying to get in contact with Donald Trump people or something.
Yeah, it's like my advice to any couple or any woman that's going through this journey, if you have to go to a fertility clinic, definitely find one that will meet your needs emotionally and as far as time and money, because that is a huge factor. You definitely want to go somewhere where, because it's expensive already, and everything you do, all the tests and everything, it's all in time. It has to be timed. Like the first clinic that we went to, they had us doing blood work
for no reason
that didn't mean anything. You have to do certain tests during a certain time of your cycle. So they just have me. One time we did blood work, and I think I had to pay $700 because it's self-paid.
I remember we was going out of town. We paid like almost $1,500 for blood work.
Just for blood work. And guess what? When it was time for us to move forward with the cycle, they needed that blood work again. Because certain things have to be done like right before you know you get any type of treatment. Like, for example, like 3-day blood work, which a woman has to do on the 3rd day of their cycle. Nobody told me that it had to be on the 3rd day of my cycle. They just gave me the script, and I just went and got the blood work. But it was pointless.
And it was so bad. So one of the girls who the ladies who was working there, she came and told us, she was like, hey, don't do that right now. She like they're making y'all spend money that you don't need.
Right.
So thankful for her. Like, you know, at that point, like, we saved a little bit of money at that first place, but she was like, you know, she was the best person in there. But the nurse that was there, she was horrible.
So I would definitely advise to do your research. And I'm going to even post a list of questions that you should ask during your fertility consultation. For example, you should ask what's their success rates. Definitely ask how busy they are, how open their calendar is. It's just certain things, of course, cost. It's just certain things you want to know prior to starting with this clinic, because like I said, it has to match your needs, your personality even. The clinic that we're at now, I tell them all the time, they're already our baby's aunties, because they are they're like family. Like they're on top of everything, and they are so cohesive, and everybody is on the same page. Every time I call there,
Cohesive together?
Yes, cohesive. So every time I call there, every time we call there, every time I go there, I feel like I'm their only patient. And I love that. So I would definitely recommend researching your clinic and finding out some information before you commit to it, because oh my God. Before
it's the cheese.
Before we prior to finding this clinic, I'll say, how much money you think we threw in the garbage? Close to $6,000.
Yeah, at least, boy.
Close to $6,000.
So every time you was going, I had to take this test or spend the money for this.
And every appointment was about $300.
And I remember when we was going to the first fertility place, we hadn't got to the point where we was about to do IUI. Was about to do it? The first fertility place we was going to go. Because I remember it was one time.
Yeah, we were going to do IUI.
Yeah, because at one point they was like we had did everything. We were so excited, and then we got to like the day of, and then we went there, and they was like, oh, that's what happened.
The HSG.
No, it was the test about the it came up about the what is it called?
Oh, genetics.
Genetics, yeah.
Yes, that's so true.
No.
So they set us up for they scheduled us for an IUI procedure. I had already done the birth control, and then I did the 5 days of Clomid. So we're ready. We were going in to do an ultrasound the day before the IUI, and the doctor said, "Oh, you need to do a genetics test."
Yeah.
Okay. So of course that stopped the IUI cycle. But remember, I've already taken all this Clomid. I've already wasted money on this Clomid. We did the genetic testing, and we actually found out that we're both silent carriers of a certain gene. And they told us, oh, because of this, you have to build a probe. So this probe will be a copy of the gene, and now you guys have to do IVF. He refused to do the IUI. He's like, now you guys have to do IVF. You have to make this probe. The probe was additional $8,000 on top of the $25,000. We need this probe so that we'll be able to find the gene in the egg.
And
I couldn't see it, and that's the thing with you know, looking for support or encouragement on YouTube. Like I have yet to find a video of somebody that talked realistically about the cost, and this thing could get very expensive. And the first thing, the best advice I could give is to just know, like, advocate for yourself, like know what's going on. Once you get that diagnosis that you need to have IVF, like, you need to be efficient, and you need to hold the clinic accountable to be efficient as well. Like, going into this clinic now, it wasn't like I didn't allow them to just make appointments for certain things.
I remember you just stopped that.
It was like, because at the previous clinics, they will make an appointment for this. You need to come do this. You need to come this, that. And I'm going to all of these appointments and getting nowhere. Now, not only am I making them consolidate my appointments, okay, if I need an appointment to talk to the doctor and do an ultrasound and draw some blood, you guys need to give me a day where I can do that all in once, because I'm not going to pay a visit fee for 3 different things. I need a day that the doctor is in the office, the phlebotomist is in the office, and the ultrasound tech is in the office, so that I can pay one visitation fee and get all of those services at once. And those are the things that you have to have in your mind. Like, you have to, when they give you your plan, you have to consolidate that plan as best you can. Like, get as much done.
I commend you on that.
In a short time. But you only learn that once you realize how much money you wasted. And the amount of money we wasted, we could have paid for our InvoCell cycle.
Even recently, I mean, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get to that at another video. But even with the meds, like like at first they were saying like $3,100 for meds. You cut that down to half at least. Yeah, so probably more than that.
So join, if you have social media, if you're on Facebook, Instagram. If you're on Facebook, join those groups, those fertility support groups. Since we're doing InvoCell, I'm in the InvoCell support group. I'm in Black Women in Infertility. I'm in a group called Black and Infertile. Join those groups, because you'll be surprised at how many resources you find there. That's how I was able to save so much money on the meds. Shop around for your meds. Like, there's something, there's discount programs out there that you can apply for. There's grants. Like, really do your research and find those things so that you can, you know, save as much money as you can. Or even
sometimes with some jobs they pay for it, right?
Yeah, if you are insured, make sure you find a clinic that takes your insurance. Call your insurance, find out what's covered, what's not covered. If you do have infertility coverage, like, really look into that, because it's important. Like, the clinic that we go to now, they do. So when I started with my previous job, I found out they covered infertility, which is rare. We live in Florida, so it's rare to find an insurance company that covers fertility. So I was so excited to find that they did, but my clinic didn't take the company that I had, the insurance company that I had. So that was like a bummer. So if you already insured and you know that you have fertility coverage, and if you're calling around looking for a clinic, make sure you're asking if they take the insurance that you have.
Which not always the case.
The most important thing, probably not the most important, but it's up there. While you're going through this journey, it's gonna get hard. I don't think at any point it was ever easy. Like, nothing about it was ever easy. Everything about it was overwhelming. Even now that this is the closest we've ever gotten to having a baby. And every step of the way, I'm getting more and more excited. Like, when we ordered the meds, I was super excited, like, waiting for it to come. When it came, it's like I reset. It came, I boo-hoo cried, I was overwhelmed, because now, what do I do with this stuff? How do I take these injections? Like, what do you mean? I got so much medication. Like, I have 22 vials of this, 18 vials of that, this amount of needles. Like, do I really have to take all of this stuff? Like, it's really, when I saw the meds and the needles, I'm like, so it was like a reset of your going through or being scared. And
because you got to commend the ladies, boy, as a man, could you do it? That's a question I should ask.
Right. As a woman, could you do it? You can, but it's hard. So then when we get to the, I was on birth control for 20 days, and today was actually my last day on birth control. But now that it's my last day of birth control, I reset again to being nervous and overwhelmed because I'm like, oh my God, that means in a few days I gotta really take these shots, and I'm terrified of needles. Terrified, hate them. So I mean that is hard. So you just you just gotta be there for your partner, like be strong and be just be the peaceful side of the journey. And we both have to be understanding of each other. Like moving forward, I had to learn to understand that he's not going to be as attached to this as I am, because he doesn't he doesn't understand it as much as I do, and two, he's a guy, he's a man. Just don't expect your husband or your partner to cry when you cry, because it's not gonna always be the same emotions. And husbands, definitely support as much as you can, because this thing is hard. Like it's hard to imagine. Like I dream about it. I can't stop thinking about IVF. It's hard to just prepare yourself to be a pincushion.
A what?
A pincushion. You know what a pincushion is?
What's that? I heard that before.
So people that sew, oh my God, excuse me. People that sew, they have like these cushions that they, as they sew, they put the needle in there.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about,
So it's like preparing yourself for that is hard, and you just got.
And I can say that that's something that I guess God had to. I mean, of course, still working on me with, like as far like trying to just be there for my wife. I guess the emotional part, mentally part, physical part of it. Because like you said, you're a man, so I'm already I guess a nonchalant person, or kind of like being my head a lot. So now it's you have to get there better, because for one, she's not going through this alone, and for two, it's everybody you talk to, the first thing you say, I was talking to my AP at my school, that's stressful. So everybody you talk to, they already so that's something that I had to learn, and God I guess still working with me with to maybe to understand, because everybody who I talk to, they always say, even when you start the the stems, she's going to be, I guess mood and everything's going to change, because you're injecting hormones inside your body. And of course, that's something that myself I never experienced. So you have to be understanding of what somebody else is going through, because
I remember when we did we did do one IUI cycle and it failed. I remember right before we did it, and I was taking Clomid, which is a drug that helps you, it helps stimulate ovulation. So, and I did some research on it, and I Googled the side effects and how it make you feel. And I remember telling you, like, listen, I apologize in advance, because this medicine might make me feel this way. And the thing is, I don't know how I'm going to react to the medications, despite what other people say their side effects were, or what Google says the side effects are. It affects everybody differently. So I just try to set the expectation that, hey, I might not be myself. And
I remember that.
And I just want you to understand that while I'm not myself, I'm making a sacrifice for our child. So, like, excuse me.
Even the birth control, I remember, not this time, you was better. I can't say you was better, but because, like I said, I don't want to say that. But
I felt better.
Oh, you felt better, because I remember before when you took it, like months ago. I remember when you had to stop, because it was like you said, it was just making you feel real bad.
Yeah, it was horrible with the birth control. The first time, I think it was a higher dose. This one was a real low dose. But during our why I say this clinic is more efficient, because we did the IUI cycle and it didn't work immediately. I think the day after the nurse called me and told me that I wasn't pregnant, that same day the doctor called me and was trying to figure out plan B and like what's next for us. He sent me in for more tests. He checked out my tubes again, did another HSG. This time, is it HSG or HCG? Oh, HCG is it's HSG. So this time when I did the
talking about
HSG,
a black college.
it showed that my
HBCU.
my what?
No, I thought you were talking about a black college.
Oh my God.
Hey, no, go ahead. I'm gonna mess with you.
This time when I did the HSG, it showed that my right tube was perfect. Like, so they put this dye in you, and it shows on the X-ray if the dye flows freely out of your tubes. So it flowed freely out of my right tube, but my left tube, it flowed, but it was like little spurts. So it was kind of blocked. And my uterus was building up a lot of fluid. So I did have a hydrosalpinx. A hydrosalpinx is just the buildup of fluid, you know, from the blockage. So my doctor recommended that I go back to my gynecologist. And mind you, this is directly after our IUI, and me and my doctor had already discussed, okay, if the IUI doesn't work, we're going right into IVF. So in my mind, the IUI failed. Let's start the IVF. He could have just taken my money and did it. He sent me back to my gynecologist, who did another ultrasound. He took a look at the X-rays, and he agreed that there was some blockage, and they scheduled me for the surgery. So the surgery, this is hard because the surgery was the difference between me ever being able to like naturally conceive again. Because what would happen is, if we went ahead and did the IVF, right? We take the medications, we retrieve the eggs, and we fertilize the eggs. We could have done that without me doing the surgery. What would have happened was we would have implanted the egg, and because of the buildup of fluids, not implanted, we would have transferred the egg, but because of the buildup of fluids, the egg probably wouldn't have stuck. So it would have been another failed IVF possibly. So we wanted to avoid that. And I really, really, really didn't want to, but I took the advice of both my fertility doctor as well as my gynecologist, who both agreed that I should have my left tube removed. The left tube was the one that it was bad. It was swollen. He told me the size, it was like 4 times the size it should be. So I think I waited a couple days before I actually scheduled the surgery, because I was taking something away from myself that God gave me, you know. But we went ahead and did it, and while I was in surgery, well, when I woke up from surgery, my doctor was there, and he explained to me that he ended up having to take both. Because I already knew that the left was gonna be gone, and we already decided that we were doing IVF anyway, if I had tubes or not. But he explained that he had to take both because on the right one, there was a dermoid cyst. And a dermoid cyst is a cyst that it grows hair and teeth, and it like, I didn't even know this. It mutates. So he had to take both tubes. So now I know that I'm gonna be an IVF mama. Like, no matter how many kids we decide to have, we agreed on 3.
2.
3.
So first was only 1. Now she's saying fucking 3.
So no matter how many kids we decide to have, we have to do IVF. Like, I won't be able to get pregnant naturally unless by some divine miracle. So that's that. And that's why I say, like, there's nothing easy about this journey. And like my husband just said, he didn't even know, you know, some of the things that I just mentioned, because sometimes it gets so hard, and you know how overwhelmed you feel that you don't want to, you know, put it on your partner. I'm just glad I got, you know, somebody to go through this with. We got a pretty good support system. So we're excited. I can't speak for him. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
For these 3 babies soon come. And I'm already 34, so we gotta have them like
back to back like Drake.
Back to back. Today is Monday, the 18th.
Martin Luther King Day.
Friday, the 22nd, we start stems. You ready?
Yeah. I'm gonna be the one injecting y'all, you know what I'm saying? Nurse Chapman. Nurse Chapman, yeah.
So we definitely gonna document that, and we definitely gonna share that with you guys. Because that's another thing that I've been looking for videos on, and thank you, Will and Dom. Because they have, the doctors have the option that you can go to the doctor for your injections.
Oh, I know that. How much they charge you for that?
I was just about to say, of course, it's an extra fee. It's just like paying for a doctor visit. You have to pay them to give you the injections. I was considering that though.
But the thing about it, it's just like 2 injections. They can't do that. How much money we spending?
It's a billable service.
True.
So they're gonna bill you. But I was considering that. I was considering gathering my medicine every day and going to the clinic, because we live really close to the clinic. It's probably 7 minutes away. I was considering going there every day to get my injections, because I can't do it myself, and I ain't have confidence in you to do it.
Of course, I never did no.
I still don't.
I never did it before too, but I'm gonna try.
Well, we gonna let y'all see how that work out.
I guess I need to start watching some videos. So I'll give it shots.
I'll be trying to show it to you. But for anybody that's watching this video, and if you have any questions or comments, please do comment below. Let us know. If you come across this video and you like it, subscribe to our channel. We will be here through this entire journey. We're going to document it, and we're going to document it when our baby gets here.
Yes, we are.
And for the next one.
And for the next one, too.
So he agreed 3.
No, he said...
I said when the baby gets here, and for the next one.
Oh, yeah, okay, so that's 2. I ain't got to be more specific. Whatever the word is.
So, yeah, follow us. Subscribe to the channel, and follow us.
Yeah, you even put a lot of good... You put a lot of good information on Instagram, too. Y'all follow Tamala on Instagram. And like I said,
I'll put my Instagram like right here. Or shopper somewhere. You can follow us on Instagram. My Instagram is now an IVF page, so that's all I post now. But thank you guys.
Yeah, appreciate y'all for watching. And like I said, we definitely have a lot of more videos and a lot of more information. And just telling you, you know, some of the stuff that we wish we would have did, or we scheduled to do, and just try to make this process and this journey, more easier for somebody else who's watching, or give you inspiration and give you, some nuggets that we can, share with you guys.
Just always remember to keep God first.
And this is definitely a
lean on Him.
Glory to God for even putting us in this position, not just, especially financially. But just mentally, yes. emotionally, to be able to be where we are and going through this journey. Truly thankful. And if you're going through this journey, need, for sure, still going to need God to
every day,
literally every day. Just have no idea. But you're going to need it even more coming up, because pretty sure what's coming on and for what's about to happen, and I'm pretty sure it'd be tough. So you guys keep us in your prayers and
through your journey, I just want to say again, keep God first and don't just pray, believe that he's going to make it happen for you. Just like he's going to make it happen for us, and like he made it happen for so many other people.
Yeah, I agree.
And you're not alone in this journey. It's not just you. A lot of us, I mean, it's only you 1 in 8. All right, so we'll see y'all next video when we start taking our stems. Until next time.
Nurse Chapman right here in the building, aka Nurse Chapman.
Bye.